First, file the end completely flat. Put that post in a ring vise. About that much sticking out the end. Get a pair of dividers, open them up about 1.8 mil, 1.8, 2 mil, be alright. Get the end of your, what will be your peg, and then rest it on the wood and score around it. Try not to push too hard on the end because you'll just scratch up the end. But I'm pushing more hard on the bit where I'm drawing the line, and I rotate it a little bit, give it another little dig, rotate it a little bit, give it another little dig, and go all the way around it. Use your loop, double check it. It should be quite a nasty looking scored line all the way around it. Again, rest your earring post on your wooden bench peg. Now, get a thin-ish, I'd call it a medium, I don't know if that's a cut 4, it's not 3. It must be a cut 4, this saw blade. Click it in, that little joint, and then you're not sawing down to cut into it, you're only going like with the flow of the teeth. Like sawing down is too severe, so I just rotate it as I push my saw blade up, and try and do this evenly and keep it straight, going on the same line. Just go around it a few times. Just keep it in mind, the deeper you go, the more weak that post gets. Okay, going around it, feels much smoother now. I mean, as you rotate it, you can feel if there's any like little lumps you're kind of cutting off. Just rotating it, it does kind of do the work for you. Now, my next weapon is this needle file. It's a knife edge. It's got that, no teeth on that section, goes to a point that way, goes to a point that way, and it's knife edge, so it goes to a kind of blade. So click it in, and again, be careful it doesn't jump out of position. I rotate it as I'm grinding my file upwards over it. I used to just do the saw blade and then polish it out, but with a lot of scrolls, it wasn't quite enough of a dip. So that's why I started doing the files now. Especially those alpha fittings, the little spring-loaded little disc ones, they need a slightly bigger groove. Let's give you a close-up. That's as I've just cut it. There's no polishing tricks or any kind of cleaning up really. It's just my raw tools. I've done it to that standard. So not too deep to the point where it's made it weaker. I've just cut like a nice sharp groove out of it. Just make sure there's no scratches on your post. And this has to be polished carefully. You're making a £2,000 pair of earrings. Like, you can't have a scratchy post. The post has to be mirror finish as well as the jewellery. So if you made one and handed it to me for me to check over like you finished it, I'm picking this up and I'm looking at your polishing on the post. And if I don't like what I see, guess where you're going? Back to the polishing motor.